quick trivia question. And it's almost like the question itself lends itself to the answer because there's not a lot to choose from.
Yeah.
What miniseries, two of them, did he play in the 70s?
Roots.
There you go. Roots, okay. Because I said miniseries or because you know which part he played?
He played the captain of the slave ship.
There you go. Very good. Very good. Okay, and then he played in another one of my favorites, dear to my heart. He played in another miniseries. I don't know which one came first. One of them started the whole miniseries.
He wasn't in Rich Man, Poor Man, was he?
Oh, there he was.
Oh, he was. What did he play?
He played the father, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, got it. Rich Man, Poor Man. Sure.
Right. Peter Strauss. And,
Peter Strauss, Ned Nolte,
Nick Nolte.
Nick Nolte, and Peter Strauss.
Yeah, I also read the book. It's really.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, the guy who wrote that was a famous socialist guy. And if you look at that miniseries, there's like socialism, innuendos. They're not anything evil.
Well, Roots was Alex Haley.
I laugh because there's a scene where, actually, he wrote for Playboy, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. There's a scene where his father gets on his case and why he's.
Oh, okay, all right.
But in Rich Man, Poor Man, I'm forgetting now why I brought Rich Man, Poor Man.
Well, I'll give you half an answer. LeVar Burton was the original Kunta Kinte, who was the older Kunta Kinte.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, was he in another feature film afterwards?
Well, actually, he was in a regular TV show for about 5 to 10 years. He played Daddy.
He played a dad?
Yep. Talk about LeVar Burton. No, LeVar Burton was the original, was the young Kunta Kinte, who was the older Kunta Kinte, who got his foot chopped off for trying to run.
That was
It was, the last name is Amos, his first name Amos.
Are you serious? That was, no, wait a minute.
What's the first name on Amos?
John Amos?
John Amos, yes. He played the older Kunta Kinte.
Okay, wait a minute. Now let me figure this out. Because that series came out in 77. Okay? And John Amos was the father in Good Times.
Yes.
But he played the father there. Oh, okay, I see where this is going. Okay.
Yeah.
I got it. Oh, wow, John Amos. You remember this guy named Nate Bond?
No.
Oh, okay. He lives out in Las Vegas, and he used to hang out with Amos, this guy, Amos. Amos left Good Times because he didn't like the direction that the show was going. He thought it was being dumbed down because of the other dude. What's his name? Dynamite.
Jimmy Walker, Dynamite, yes.
Yeah. But John Amos, what was he going to say about him? Oh, okay, I got another one.
Here, this is going to address what you were just talking about. This is John Amos talking about why he stopped doing Good Time. So let's see here. Yeah, hold on.
If you want your car to look brand new, be sure to use this. No matter how much money you have right now.
Okay.
The differences we have, and showing we had a number of differences. It's why I admire the departure from the show. I felt that two of the younger children to aspire to become a Supreme Court justice. That would be Ralph Carter or Michael, and the other there's Ted, that she aspired to become a surgeon. And the discussions I had with the producers of the show was that I felt too much emphasis was being put on JJ's chicken head and saying Dynamite every third page. Just as much emphasis in mine is going to be gotten out of my two children and the comedy jokes. And, they could have come at me, but I wasn't the most diplomatic guy, like I said those times. stayed in the top 5 for quite a few weeks, if I remember correctly. But again, I couldn't understand why he was calling me to tell me what we were to do. He said, "You want the bad news?" I said, "Sure, how bad can it be?" He said, "You won't be with us." And I said,
Yes, Steve.
"Nothing. I don't see a word."
Oh my gosh.
He said, "You still there?" I said, "Yeah, I mean, don't you want to say something?" So what can I say? It's your show. Have a good life, click. That was it. I was not being recalcitrant to the end. You're gonna roll over and cry for the job. No, forget you, man. And I would curse it, and I just hung up the phone. And
Yeah, well, that's very impressive. And he had integrity. But, was in a similar situation, and it was the other end. It was normally they couldn't work with him, and he actually made an ultimatum. And is he going to have an army? And he said, "Well, he's staying. If it comes to that, you know what I'm talking about, Steve?
Charlie Sheen.
No, I'm talking about the 70s, and I'm talking about all the family. And that guy, Carol Connor, he picked up on his power and his influence. And he just, was way in there. And Norman Lear, he's the guy, just showing he wanted to direct it and went in his direction. And, what's his name? Carol Connor was very, very aggressive. And he couldn't work with him anymore, and they came into the office of whoever his boss was, and he says, "Is he looking for me?" And he said, "Norman, you're great and all this, but he's the show. If he leaves, that's it. We don't have a show." And this is kind of like the opposite of what happened here with Amos. But Carol Connor, he just picked up really fast on what he was, his worth was. It's an amazing story about what was his worth, and that he demanded. You know how much he got back in the day? He got $200,000 for an episode, and you know how he got that? You know why he picked that number? Because he said, "I want to make 3 times as much as whoever the highest paying person in television gets," and that's how they gave him $200,000. Isn't that amazing? But the interesting thing is, you have guys like him and, what's his name? Ed Asner, right? And they were liberal guys, but they were playing characters much different than their real personalities. They were very convincing. Very convincing. One of the funniest episodes of All the Family was when these 2 guys break into Archie's house, and the 2 black guys, one of them